Outfit check because you look cute. Guess what's wrong with Jessica's outfit?
What's wrong?
You're wearing shoes in an Asian household. What is wrong with you?
Outfit check.
All right. Kind of casual, but kind of, what do you even call this?
Sexy, office.
This is a market look. All right, let's get in there. We need egg, banana, celery, cottage cheese, tuna, onions, pepperoni, rice paper, cheese, and Parmesan slices. And then we need tortillas. Okay, let's go.
Why do we need tortillas?
I don't know. Jeremy eats bananas once a day with his pancakes, his protein pancakes. This is right.
Yeah.
And then the rest will follow. I'm gonna get this. Okay, what are you doing? It's been a while, huh?
It's been too long.
I saw this like viral recipe where they cut the onions really, really thin and then they make pizza out of it. So it's the base.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, do you want some? I have to get some Olipop because Jeremy loves his little Olipops.
I think I want like kombucha.
You want kombucha? Which kombucha? I'm gonna get one too. I like the Synergy one. My favorite one is the strawberry lemonade. That one is really good. I'm gonna get this. Orange squeeze. Vintage cola. Let's see. Classic grape.
He's so spoiled. He just wants one of every flavor or what?
I love going grocery shopping. I could stay here.
Shopping.
I know, any kind of shopping.
You just love shopping.
I get so excited. Come on, like there's so many things here, and think about all the things you could try. I like grocery stores that are like too overwhelming for the regular person.
Even when I go shopping, I just want to see what I like, and then I just pick from it.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably why I suck at thrifting.
Oh yeah, you need to take your time when you go thrifting.
I know.
Large brown eggs. Okay.
You look really good right now. I don't know if it's because it's like only focusing on you or...
Am I ugly any other time? You look really good. Just today, right now only, before you were
I think
ugly.
it's the red.
Is it the red?
I think it's the red. It's like complementing your skin tone very well.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Let me know if you want anything. It's on Jeremy's car.
Oh, in that case.
I'm getting cottage cheese because there's this guy who was giving his recipe for a low-calorie tuna salad. And he said instead of mayo, he puts in cottage cheese. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it.
All right, so...
Jess, smell that. It smells so good. This one smells really good. Oh, you don't like it?
Oh my God, this smells like onions.
No way. Wait, you know Jessica and I, we have the biggest like we do not like the same scents.
Oh God, they all don't smell very good.
Really?
Oh no.
Every single time I wear a perfume, Jessica is like, what is that smell? And then she gives me so much crap about it. She said one time that my perfume, the one that I get so much compliments on, she said that it smelled like, what did you say? Asparagus? Wait, what was it?
I said celery.
Celery. You're right. And then I started smelling that. And I was like, never mind, I'm never wearing this again.
Hey, but it did smell like celery.
A little bit because you kept putting it in my brain. Should we get a snack?
My nose is so strong. I can
is.
smell like in between the lines.
Yeah.
If that even makes sense.
I think there was only one time you said I smelled nice. Are you feeding your rabbit or something? That's so tiny.
I know, you know why? I just feel so unhealthy right now.
Let's play this game of how much will all of this cost. I'm gonna guess
140.
140. I'm gonna say 128.
128?
Yeah,
okay,
you said 140, I said 128.
Yeah, what's the bet?
The bet?
I always want to
Free slap. Free slap.
Free slap?
Yeah, free
like
slap.
bare hands?
No, freaking
okay.
tortilla girl, what the hell?
Okay.
This would not be S and Jess anymore if it was guys.
You have like 3 bags and I have like not even one, and mine was like $60.
Yeah. Oh, it's because you got that meal, that salad thing, and that itself was $50. Sorry, Jess. You can't do that. I don't think it's gonna hurt that bad. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of S and Jess, where 2 besties come up with one topic and have an honest conversation about it. We just finished a challenge, the tortilla challenge, so if you haven't watched that yet, please go check it out. Today's topic is, did you have a neighborhood villain or neighborhood bestie growing up? Neighborhood villain?
Neighborhood villain or neighborhood bestie?
Did you have a villain before?
I had a villain. Did you have a bestie?
I had besties. I've never had a bad neighborhood.
I feel like I have so many like bad stories to tell people.
There's a lot. Oh,
You know?
in general, right.
There's like so many bad stories that I can tell about people, but I don't know.
Dang.
Remember how I told you like I only remember the bad?
Yeah.
Or like my brain like filters out all the good?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wait, can you tell me your story?
So
it's a
want me to
villain.
start?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Hold on 1 second. Hold your horses. What the hell is that?
Lulu got shot.
Lulu. No.
Neighborhood villain. I think I was maybe in middle school. Middle school or just going into high school. I had a neighborhood villain. I didn't notice it at the time, but he used to pay me to take care of his kids. And, you know, sometimes I would, you know, help him with his homework. I would, you know, just play with him. And I just remember during the summer times, like, I would go out and, you know, go on into the pool with his kids. And I kept getting paid to wear my bathing suit. So essentially, now that I think about it, I feel kind of like a child, you know, like thinking about it. Because I accepted money to go into my bathing suit, not knowing
what he was doing.
What he was doing, yeah. Because at the time I was just like, oh, $100? Yeah, I can earn that in like 2 seconds. And I was out there having fun with his kids. And it wasn't just one time. Like, he would pay me to, you know, go into the pool. And if I didn't want to go in there, he'd be like, oh, I'll give you $100 more. Like, every time to just go into the pool in my bikini.
No way.
Yeah.
This is like shocking to me because I'm just like, do you happen to know this person still? Or do you know this person's son?
Yes, I do.
You still know?
Yeah, I still know
them. Gosh. Do they still live in the neighborhood?
Yeah, he does. And it's crazy because I just met his son's girlfriend while I was at work too. And these thoughts like started coming up to me again. And I just remember besides that, like I think he was like staring at me, taking my clothes off, like changing and stuff, because my door window and his staircase window are aligned so they can see. But for me, I'm like, oh, nobody's looking at me when I'm like changing, you know? So I would just like change my clothes with the windows open. And then one day he came outside and he was like, I think you need to be careful when you change. And I was like, wait, why? And then so the day after that, they got curtains on their windows. So I don't know if his wife saw or his kids saw or whatever, but after that he put the curtains open and I never went back to his house. I was just so scared because the way
so
that he like told me too was like, hey Jess, like you should really be careful like when you do change.
I'm getting chills because I'm like, that's so gross.
And you would think that because he was like he was like a dad. Yeah. He like felt like a dad to me, you know, like he was Asian, he was very fatherly, but like now thinking back out of it, I'm just like, it wasn't innocently put. Heck you know, back then $100 was a lot.
It's a lot of money.
And especially if you're in like middle school or high school, like 9th grade.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And I was going out a lot too. So I'm like, okay, what's $100 for like 20 minutes, you know?
Honestly, when we're younger, we can't tell whether or not something is innocent or something is done to take advantage of us.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking, oh, this person's a grown adult and this person seems very fatherly, very nice. Yeah. And you just kind of take it for what it is.
Yeah.
So you definitely got manipulated and taken advantage of by this creepy old guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him afterwards?
I don't really. So he is my neighbor.
Still, right?
Still. So I'm like, oh man, if his son sees this. Ugh. But yeah, he's still my neighbor, but he's obviously a lot older, and you know, when I do drive into my driveway, I don't really even like look at him. Yeah, I know he's there because I can see him from afar, but I won't look at him. I'll just like drive straight into my garage and then close the garage.
Damn. And then ever since then you just never said hi?
No, I never see him. I never go outside of my house anymore. Like, I'm just not, I don't feel safe being home. Not saying that he's gonna do anything bad to me, but I just feel like he's like looking at me in a certain way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And now that I'm older too, it's just like, I don't know.
I don't have a bad neighbor story like that. Yeah. But I do have I can't even say if it's similar or not, but it's basically, I'll just tell you the story.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a neighbor, but I remember my old house. I think I was how old was I? I was in the 2nd grade or 3rd grade. And I remember I was at my house and I was in my room and my mom was like, Esther, there's someone, someone called you and, here's the phone, right? And my mom, so my parents are immigrants. So, I don't know if you know this, but when your parents are immigrants, they like to give you the phone for everything.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know. I don't understand them. Just take the call, right? I take it and I'm like, hello? And there's this guy on the phone and he's like, hello, is this blah, blah, blah? I'm your doctor or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. I said, hi. What's up? And then he's just like, okay, I need to do some body exams on you. I don't know exactly like word for word what he said, but basically that's what it was. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I need you to close your door and make sure nobody's here because it's going to be a very private, little thing. And I was like, okay. So I closed the door. He said, make sure nobody's in there. Just lock it just for a little bit, just so we could do this body exam. So then I did what he said. I was on my bed and he was like, okay, now you're going to take off your pants. And I took off my pants. And then he was just like, now feel around this area. So he was telling me what to do. And I remember being like, oh, okay, this is weird. But he was like, so he was saying like, oh, girls at this age, like they could develop something or like something about cancer. And I was like, okay, this doctor's just helping me out, and I'm dumb.
You know who it is?
No, I don't know who it is. That's why I can't.
It's a doctor?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that this is not
like a neighbor. Okay,
it's not a neighbor story, okay. But it's something similar where someone took advantage of me.
Right.
And I don't know who it is, obviously. This is just some sort of creep. But in that moment, I'm thinking this is my doctor. I'm innocent, I'm young, and I'm just taking it for what it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm like there, I'm like touching myself, basically. And I didn't think anything of it. And he was just like, okay, now you might be a little wet, like blah, blah, blah. And he was just like telling me to touch it. And after that, he was like, okay, so if you don't feel anything, you're all good. He made it seem like it was, we're not going to tell anyone because this is a very like private part of your body.
Wait, so before this, have you ever like touched yourself before this? You had no idea what a vagina was?
No.
I
was in second, 3rd grade. As a kid, I'm like, oh, I just pee out from there. You don't pee out of a but I'm just thinking, like this is where my pee comes from. And I knew that it was a private area, obviously, because everyone's always like, wear pants, wear underwear. Obviously, we know from a young age that it's not okay to come without your pants, right? But when that happened, I was just like, yeah, doctors, they see all your private parts because that's just their job. And I'm thinking, if it's a grown adult and this person, that's his job, then I guess it's right. And the fact that my mom had given me the phone saying it's my doctor, it's for you, I mean, I have I'm just trusting her. Exactly. I'm just trusting her. I'm just trusting the doctor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then it's so crazy because, my frontal lobe didn't develop for until like maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But me thinking back on this experience, I was like, oh my God.
Are you like traumatized now? Like you won't go to a gyno unless it's a girl?
No. I'm not traumatized at all. But it was just kind of a flashback where I was like, did I just get used? Did I just get taken advantage of? Was this sexual harassment? Because there's no way a doctor would just call you and tell you to do things like that. Like if they're gonna examine you, you just go there and you get examined.
Usually they call you from the hospital too. It's not like just a personal line where you can just go.
See, I don't know. Hey, Lulu, stop. Lulu, no.
Lulu, are you lonely?
Look at this good. Damn, in your elbow.
Sorry, I am allergic to your cats. I've been like itching, like I'm like I feel like I'm on crack or something.
Kick her off.
No, it's okay.
She's so sweet. But yeah, that was a moment that I look back and I was just like, oh my God, like it just hit me. Because there are a lot of moments in the past where you don't remember now as an adult. You just lose a lot of your memory. And then I thought of that and I was just like, damn, I wasn't traumatized, but I was thinking, dude, there are some creepy people out there. I know that my parents obviously didn't mean anything by it, but because they were immigrants and they didn't know how to speak English, they would always give me the phone and just assume like, oh, like, just take it. It's not a big deal. But I realized there's a lot of creeps. Obviously, there's so much creeps out there.
It's also a different time, I feel like, in our generation now than it was back then.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, back then, my parents were completely different than your parents. My parents would literally answer the phone and be like, oh, no English, goodbye. Like, no matter who it was. So it was the opposite for me. When there was important calls coming in, we didn't receive those, you know? Like, it wasn't that we were getting the creepy ones. We just missed all of the important ones. Even like school phone calls, we missed everything.
I would receive every single one of my parents' calls. If it was the phone company or whatever, I would be the one handling stuff. You didn't have to?
Not really. I think most of the time it was my sister, because I do have an older sister, so they would give everything to her. But I just remember, you know, growing up, my parents always told us never answer the phone, never answer the door. I think they were just scared in that sense. So we dealt like the other side of the spectrum of it.
Got it. No, my parents would also tell me not to open the door or answer phone calls. But if they were the ones to answer the phone call and it was someone speaking English and they thought that it was important, they would just be like, Esther, take the phone call. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Just have it. And I'll be like, who is it? And they'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's different because you guys have to answer for your guys' business, but for us, it's like the caller ID shows, you know? So like if it was somebody like out of state or whatever, we didn't know, they would never answer the phone and just let it ring into like voicemail or something.
Got it. I see. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But
yeah.
That was an interesting, weird, disgusting moment that when I was younger, I didn't think it was disgusting. Yeah. I was just like, I just got a checkup on the phone. You know, that's how innocent.
Have you dealt with it more recently or no?
No, never. I think they obviously purposely go for young kids that don't know any better.
That's crazy how they had like records of that. Like, who is this guy? I want to find this guy.
I don't know. But if you guys...
a lesson.
Exactly. But if you guys have ever dealt with this when you were younger, please let me know down in the comments, because I know for a fact that I was not the only one. There's no way that I'm the only one.
That scares me, honestly.
But I'm also older, so I'm like, I don't know if it happens now, but...
Exactly. The times are different right now.
Times are different.
No, I feel like they wouldn't get away with that right now either.
Exactly. Definitely
and because people are, like, kids are now just grown so much at a younger age, you know? Like, they know so much at a younger age. Yeah. Like, I didn't know what the hell a freaking phone was until I was, like, in middle school, you know? Like, I didn't know what anything was because now we're so sheltered.
Exactly. Yeah. Now everybody is on social media. They know what's up. If they wanted to learn something, they could just search it up. Yeah. Unlike us, we didn't really have that. Yeah. We didn't have internet until...
Kids who are, like, 2 years old are getting phones right now.
Exactly. iPads and stuff. Yeah. Not us telling everyone our age. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Whatever. But that's how it was back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. Dang.
That's wild. Have you ever been manipulated, like, recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
Like, in what way?
I'm trying to think.
Sexually?
Yeah. You think you've ever been sexually manipulated recently?
No. I don't think I would take that crap.
I had a boss, actually, who, like, sexually harassed me.
No way.
Yeah. I won't say exactly which occupation because I feel like he may be watching this. But he used to like make remarks saying, oh, you're not wearing a bra, but like, are you at least wearing panties? Like, he would straight up say
that's sexual harassment.
And like slap my ass in front of clients and stuff. I used to like scream and like yell and just pace out of the workplace because I was so frustrated. Yeah. Because he would make me feel like crap. You know, if I didn't oblige to like the things that he did to me, like he would make me feel like crap.
Really?
And for me, I'm such a work person that, you know, I wanted to just satisfy work. I'm just like, if I'm here and I've already invested a whole year here, what's like one little comment gonna do for me, you know? But I guess it's just the work ethics that I grew up in, and I've always been in such a Korean workplace that like I don't know what is right and what is wrong, you know? And
no, I feel you.
I like dealt with that for so long, you know? And, you know, there was a time where I told him I was freaking tired and I didn't want to go to this like work drinking kind of setting meeting. And
it's like an outing.
It's like an outing, yeah. It's like a 회식, if people know what that is.
회식 is basically an outing you do with employees or the boss, and the boss usually pays for the meal or whatever you guys do afterwards.
But it's like obligations to go to. Yeah. You know, you have to go to these.
Yeah. It's like Korea, actually. It's like team bonding, and it's rude if you don't go.
Yes. And I remember I didn't want to go to this one because it was at a club. And I'm like, this is not going to benefit me anyway, anyhow, you know? So I was like, I told him, and I was like, I'm not going. I'm really tired. I just want to go home. I went to the outing, and I was like, okay, I'm here. I showed face. And didn't drink, didn't do anything, but I just sat there for a couple hours and I was ready to go home. And as I was going home, I literally crashed because I was just so tired. Not on the way, because you know your brain kind of, you know, stays awake. You're like, okay, I know I'm tired, but I'm gonna make it all the way home. While I was turning into my house, I think everything just shut down because I was so tired, and I crashed.
You crashed in
my neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah, in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I've crashed before from falling asleep too. I'm just like,
girl.
I am just eternally sleepy. I'm like sleepy girl. And I've crashed before too while driving. So like I should have known better, but I went to this outing thinking that it was okay because I had to go, you know, and I ended up crashing in my neighborhood. I crashed into a parked car.
Yeah.
A parked car.
Yeah.
My neighbor came out and was like, is that my car? I'm like, yes. Can I have your insurance, please?
Oh my god.
I woke the F up. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't make it like 10 houses down, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was just so tired.
Yeah.
And my brain just shut off because I was just so sleepy.
Yeah, just letting you guys know, if you haven't worked for a Korean boss, let me just tell you, a lot of them, they're just so like work. They don't care to give you a day off. They're just like, and then they expect you to also listen to them. No matter what they say, you can't even argue with them or else you're rude. Because as someone who is younger or as someone who has a lower status than them, you need to do every single thing. Let's just say they blame you. They start yelling at you for something you didn't do. You can't just say, oh, like 사장님, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, are you talking back at me?
Yeah, it's
what
like
is
a
wrong
rhetorical
with you?
question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's very power trippy.
It's hard on you, you know, like, because usually when you have like issues with somebody, it's more, how do I say this?
You know, communicate.
If you communicate with somebody, it allows you to kind of release the stress out of you.
Yeah.
But when there's only one person releasing their stress and you're just supposed to take everything, it's just so hard. And I was working like 12-hour days. Like,
yeah.
I had to come on my day off and practice. Like, I just had no days off, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just...
It's very unfair. I mean, my experience with working with Korean bosses is that they also don't give you a lunch break. Even though they're supposed to, you can have a long day and let's just say if they're too busy, they're not going to give you a lunch break, or they'll be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you sitting down like while everybody's working? It's like that, and it's illegal, but they continue to do it because they're just so like, you need to do it, work. They're super just...
Yeah. I mean,
they don't care. They don't really care about the work ethics.
No, they don't.
They don't really care about the work law.
Well, also because I think the people that he was hiring were all, they all didn't have papers, so they couldn't really say anything. So it was only me who was Korean American, and so a lot of the crap that I didn't take at the end, I voiced everything and they changed the whole law. So you know what, if you work there now, you have it so good because of me. But no, I think food wasn't really a big deal because I love food and I would always make time to go eat, even if I had to like eat in the bathroom for a second. But they should have been giving me like hour lunch breaks
for the amount of time you work.
Yeah. I would literally be there from like, I don't know, sometimes I would be there from like 7 to like 8 o'clock at nighttime.
Damn.
Because we had to do like class in the mornings and then go and work starting from like 9:30 or something. Yeah. And then we would work overtime.
Yeah, all I remember is when I worked with Korean people, they just did not care about their employees. All they wanted was to benefit off of all of us. Yeah. And I'm just like, that makes sense, you're boss, but it was to the point where they weren't following any rules.
Well, it's also because in Korea, that's how they work.
Yeah, but I was like, this is America.
They've come and learned from that. So that's all that they know too. Because even for me too, girls that I do work with, like the reason why that that they are the way that they are is because they've learned from their, you know,
Higher ups.
What does that sound?
Oh, it's the laundry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they learn from their like 선배s, which is, you know, their higher ups. And so all of the traits that they've received, you know.
We're always going to go off topic, which, you know, I found out a lot about what happened. But yeah, that's so awkward to have a neighbor that did that to you and is still living next to you. Is crazy.
I know. Honestly, I really want to find that guy who did that to you, because like he would.
I'm like, how will I ever? But if anybody, I really want to know someone that's listening has ever gone through that.
Yeah, even for me, if you guys have had a neighbor who's done that to you when you were younger,
please comment down below. We'd love to hear.
I feel like for the longest time, I felt so stupid.
You can't blame yourself for being stupid. I'm just like, you're not being stupid. It's just you trusted this person and they took advantage of you. That's what it is.
Yeah,
period.
I mean, that was even before I had boobs. So I'm just like, what did
you want to see?
What did you want to see?
He's a weirdo.
My underarms growing? Like, I don't know.
No, he's just a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's so, oh God, that's so weird. That's so weird. But yeah, all I want to say is I only had good neighbors. I didn't have any neighbors like that, because that's freaking creepy.
Yeah. I wonder if his kid knows. Because his kid was old enough to at least... His kid wasn't that much older or younger than me. I think...
Yeah.
Because we're our age, and he, I think, is like 23. So that's like, what?
Oh, that's
amount of years younger?
No, he's a lot younger.
Yeah. Oh, he's a lot younger. He would be a lot younger.
When you're older...
That's still at an age where he still could remember what was going on. But
maybe. But, you know, if you think about it, when you're older, like in our age... age doesn't seem like that big of a difference, but when you're younger, age is a big difference.
Yeah.
So I think he might not have known. He might have known. He might not have known, or he might have not even cared to like listen in on the conversations. Because did he say that to you in private or in front of him?
Damn, I don't even remember. I think he remembers me going and helping him and tutoring him in his homework.
Of course, yeah. He probably knows that.
But I don't think his
dad would say that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
he told me in private.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, yeah, he like straight up whispered it to me.
Yeah,
like on
that's
the side.
Creepy. That's
because I would be like, I don't want to go in.
Yeah.
And then he would like tempt me into being like, I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, $100 in my pocket, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? You know.
Yeah, you know, there's one thing that I kind of miss about being young and having a neighborhood friend is that it was super easy as a young kid to make friends. Yeah. Like, all you have to do is you see a kid,
and then you share your toys or something.
It's like, hey, what are you playing? Or do you want to play handball? They're like, yeah, become friends. Yeah. Super easy. And it was just super innocent. I miss that. I remember meeting all of my neighborhood friends at garage sales, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Because back in the day, I don't know if it is huge now, because I personally don't go to garage sales, but when I was younger, people in my neighborhood would do garage sales. And I love garage sales. I love digging through things. And then I would go to the houses and I'll see kids. And I'll just be like, oh, like, do you want to go play in the park? And they were like, yeah. And that's how I met all my friends, literally.
I don't think I've ever had garage sales. I've never been to a garage sale, but I just remember growing up.
It's fun.
I'm down. Mm-hmm. But I just remember growing up, I've only had like older friends, like friends who are my sister's age. Mm-hmm. I never really like meshed well with people my age, maybe because I was bossy ever since I was a little kid and stole people's shit. But no, I don't remember my neighbors being my friends.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think it's because you're bossy. I just think it's because you were bold. I was a quiet kid, so I got along better with younger kids or people my age. Yeah. I never had older friends until I was older, like in college.
I only remember having older friends. Like, sure, in elementary school, I had like a elementary school bestie, but like ever since then, when I was able to have older friends and like they all had cars, I still remember in 6th grade, I was hanging out with like 10th graders.
I know.
If I was, you know.
I think it's because you're cooler and you're bold. I think people your age get intimidated by people who are older, like I was.
Yeah.
And I think you just didn't care.
Yeah,
You were just like, yeah.
I was always the outspoken one.
Exactly.
Like, my sister was the quiet one, and I'd be like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" You know. And
I think that's
I would get in trouble by my sister, and my sister would be like, "Why are you cursing?" I'm like, "No, I'm just kidding."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting topic that you do bring up, or that's an interesting statement you do bring up, because I've never thought of it that way. Yeah, I would always be like, "Why can't I just be friends with people who are my age?" You know.
Yeah, all of my friends are either my age or younger, but not by a lot, unless I met them from work. But people that I choose to be friends with, just other than work, they're usually my age.
Yeah, that's.
But no one, yeah, but that's like, I only started having. You're right. I only started having older friends once I was in college. Yeah. But you, from a young age, just older people.
Yeah, just older people. But it might just be because I had an older sister too, and I was able to like bond with people her age.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually want to know the psychology, if there's
Me too.
a psychology behind this.
Okay, we have to look this up before. Yeah.
Because I also have an older brother too, but I never had older friends either. So.
Well, that's also because he's a guy. Maybe like you weren't able to like connect with him on a.
Maybe
on that kind of level. You know?
If I find the study, then I'll post it here.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm starving.
I think it's from the tortilla slap challenge, low key, because I was laughing like crazy.
Yeah. By the way, we filmed it on the same day.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching. If you have a story that you want to tell us, as always, please comment down below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We love you.
Bye.